So let's do the run cycle, which should be fun. Run cycles are like notoriously the hardest thing to do. I've just taken my playing character setup, nothing going on. I'm just going to sort of start with initial pose of the legs sort of furthest point away from each other, and I'm just going to do that by taking my left leg and just rotating it out a bit more. Oops, that's the arm. So that's going to be there, and let's just take the other leg. So I'm sort of going to use that as my starting point. As this leg goes forward, the other arm should be the opposite to it. So if you think about if you sort of walk on the spot, you imagine you walk on the spot, how it does move. Want to make sure we sort of try and get a bit of hip movement in and a bit of body movement in. So what I might do as well is while we're doing it, let's just add a little bit of up and down. I'm also going to quickly make my composition settings by going to composition settings. We really don't want to be any more than 2 seconds here. So let's just go for 2 for now, and then we'll try and possibly do it a bit shorter. What do you think? Let's do it on like, yeah, maybe 1.5 seconds. So just imagine myself really on the spot. Yeah, about sort of like no more than 2 really, in terms of duration. Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of pop to my body, a bit of up and down. Make sure we always end in the same point. So we should almost be going like up and down. In fact, that even seems a bit slow. You know what, we can look at speeding it up after. But for now, that'll do. And let's also just do a bit of puppet pin to him as well. Like maybe not much. I'm just gonna get my puppet pins, press U to select them. Oops. All these guys end up in the middle. Let's just copy you, Control C, and paste you there. I don't want to do much, but let's maybe just do like a small bend as well as we're going. In fact, if anything, we kind of should bend backwards, almost like the wind's taking us. That'd be way more fun. Like if it's sort of like running with his head back a bit more. So actually, let's do that. Let's actually do that. So I'm just going to grab you guys, all of you. We don't want you. I'll just reset the position. I'm going to need to reposition the face, but that'll be cool. Like I said, we just add in a touch of sort of mill as well. So there we go. That'll be sort of like the body's movement as we're running, as we're moving. So let's actually start with the legs, because I suppose the legs are always the most important part of a run. Okay, so let's start with, what should we start with? Should we start with, let's do this left leg here. So let's go and find our left leg, switch back to our arrow tool, left leg upper, here we go. Here we go. And we'll just go to rotation and turn on that rotation and paste it as well at the end. And let's just rotate it here. So we're sort of just going to rough it out badly right now, and we'll improve it later on. And let's also get our other leg. And halfway through, put you so you're back there. So we can already start to see, how this walk's going to work. But we need to get some more joints and stuff going on. Alright, so let's continue working on this left leg. So as this left leg goes forward, so this is it, so like stretched out. And really, so it'll come forward. And as it goes forward, you sort of want to bend up a bit. Oops, don't forget to turn on rotation for these things. So as this goes forward, it's sort of going to stretch out because it wants to be elongated at this point. So it goes forward, and then it comes back down, and as it comes back down, we want to start taking that foot out a little bit. So it goes forward, and then as it comes down, let's add a little, start adding some rotations to the foot as well. So he's going to want to sort of come down a bit on that heel, and then that heel will fully touch the ground, level out on the ground as it pushes round. Okay, the second half is looking okay. I think I actually want a touch more rotation right at the back. So as it goes up, it should, the back of the leg should start to be rotating up too. So you sort of get this kick. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's add a bit to the other leg and so see how this is starting to look. So as that one stretches out at the back, this one now wants to be stretched out. So sort of happy with that rotation. Let's keyframe this other one. Like I said, that leg wants to be stretched out, nice and elongated, and paste that one back in. So as that's coming down, that one's now sort of dragging across the floor. So when you're running, do you land heel first or do you land toe first? Either way, we should flatten out the foot around this point. So let's progress, flatten out the foot. We're going to need to move the foot down as well, but we'll do some positional stuff later on. Might even help right now if I get my torso. I'm just going to grab my torso and just press T for opacity and drop the opacity on the touch as well, so I can kind of see through it. So that foot's going across. The foot should be starting to turn as it's extending, and then really sort of push that out even more. So it comes down, levels out, pushes off the ground, and then as it goes up, we want it to bend more like that. before it sort of straightens out. I think that, there we go, should match. Let's have a look. There's a moment where it's a bit sharp on the front foot. I don't think something's matching. And our foot's not quite pointing right, but we're getting there. So let's have a quick look at this foot. So at this point, I think we should point the foot down a touch more. So it comes down, levels out as it hits the ground. And then flicks round. Then Control C and Control V, and that's in. I think it almost wants to come down a bit harder on the heel. At this point it should still be a little bit more like that. Cool, let's fix what's quickly happening with this other leg. Is it on the foot? I'm just going to take you and make sure that you are the same on both sides. And copy you as well and see if that fixes it. There's still something. Is it you? Yeah, I think it was you. Still seems a bit sharp, doesn't it? Not sure which part is it that seems quite sharp. Seems to flick quite a lot. I'm not sure which part. Okay. Alright, that's looking alright, isn't it? It almost stays, I think, too much. So as we approach this part, and that foot sort of rotates more off the ground. Do you want a bit more rotation maybe? Like about there? Yeah, I think that's a bit better. And let's also just do a little bit on the hips as well. So let's just do a bit of positional stuff. So I'm just going to copy you, make sure you end in the same place. And as you're running, so as that foot comes up about here, we almost want to, I think, go up just a little bit as well. Because it kind of wants to be quite high, actually about here. And then it sort of stretches out. And then about this point, we want it to be quite a bit lower. So that's 720, and then we come up to 704. And like 730 and background. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's quite nice. So it gives us a little bit of that up and down as well on the hip. Let's do the same thing for this one. So we've got the starter position and the same ending position, but this time about halfway through, this one I want to be a bit lower. And then it wants to be a bit higher here. Right, let's see how that looks. It's definitely all in a bit slow-mo. I'll speed it up towards the end. But I think for the most part, the legs are looking alright. That back leg doesn't quite stretch out as far as I feel like it should. So I'm just going to add a touch more rotation to it. I feel like it should probably be around here. Right, so let's just take all you guys, Control C, go to the end, Control V. Whoa, nope, we can't do multiple. Let's just do one at a time. Okay, let's see if that's a bit better. That's quite nice. Feels like we've got a nice push going on with the foot. There we go. That's looking all right, isn't it? Let's get a bit of swing going on from the arms, match up the face, and I think we're about good. All right, where are we at? So here we have left arm upper. So as this one's going forward, let's just do a simple bit of halfway through. Oops. Whoop, put you back there, and then put you back to 0. Let's just do the same with the other upper two. Oh, no, I've done that the wrong way around. This left arm wants to be back at this point. And then you want to be 0 at this point. And you want to be a copy and paste of you at this point. Like I said, that front one wants to be the same as the back. So let's just redo the arm as well real quick. So you want to be forward at this point. You want to be at 0 at this point. And you want to be a copy and paste of you at this point. Okay. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Excellent, excellent. All right, let's just start adding a little bit of rotation as well to these arms. So we want a bit more up. Bring that closer in. Ooh, that anchor point's a bit dodgy. Let's move that there. And then as that's coming down, let's add just a touch of swing to it. And then as it's coming up, it'll want to yeah, that'll be all right. Let's have a look at that. You know what? Not enough. There's not enough bend. So I should bring you a bit higher up to, we'll go -50. We'll put -50 here at the end too. Move you so it almost pops a lot more close towards the end. And at this halfway point, let's actually flatten you out a bit more. There we go. That's looking okay, isn't it? You know what? Let's see what you look like with a bit of easing on. So let's go right click, keyframe resistant, ease. It is actually a little bit smoother. I do quite like that. Let's do the same for you. Keyframe resistant, ease. And let's just, ooh, wait, what was that for? Yeah, that was left arm upper. Should we just do a little bit of hand? Yeah, we'll just do a touch of hand, not much. So as it comes up, we'll almost punch ourselves in the face a bit more, and then repeat that and clean off the loop. That easy looks quite nice on the return of the arm. It does, I'm quite happy with that. I mean, really, I wonder if we should do that for like other parts of the limbs. Let's have a quick look. See that what that would look like here. If we did it on YouTube. What is it, F8? F9? You know what, I think I like it. But really, can we, instead of putting easing in, we just want, so we don't want easing in out, I think we just want easing for the foot, because we sort of want it to come down fast, but we want it to smooth up, which is quite good. Cool, okay, let's just do the, let's do the same thing on the other leg. And, but I think, yeah, keyframe ease in. Oh no, let's put ease out on those. And let's just do a bit of stuff on the hand, the arm. Even though this one's at the back, we can't actually really see it that much. So as it goes forward, let's add a bit of more bend to that. Oops, we're just working on the hand here. You know what? It'll be fine. And same thing on the arm. Nah. We'll tweak those in a sec. So as the arm comes up, bend it even more in. And then as it's coming down, we want to really bring that down more. Alright, and let's bring that torso back up to full opacity. And I think we just needed to match the head, the face a bit. Because we've got a bit of movement in. It's actually just rotation really, isn't it, that we want to do. So let's add you there. One more point. So as it goes forward like that and up, sort of rotate it up and then bring it down. All right, how we're looking. It's all right. I think I'm going to add a touch of eyebrows as well. Let's just add a little bit of positional eyebrow stuff. And then as it's sort of leaning back, we'll raise them up a touch. Ooh. Make the eyebrows a bit more expressive. And let's also do a little bit on the mouth, up and down too. So we're just using scale in the mouth. Make sure we untick this. And let's shrink the mouth down a bit, have it quite closed. Keyframe there. Keyframe there. And on the mouth, let's just go. Let me get in a big old grasper there and see how that looks. There we go, I quite like that. We need to move the arm. The arm sort of isn't quite in the socket. And I think we'll speed up a touch, but that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. Left arm up. P for position. I mean, really, we sort of want like almost going in a bit of a circle. So let's Let's have a quick look at that. Because it still wants to go. In fact, sorry, put you back in place, about there. Control C, Control V. So as it's coming back, we almost want it to go. Is it forward and up? I think it'll be forward and up with there, and then left and down. Right, let's see how that looks. That's quite nice actually. I think we go a touch 2 up. But that's okay. Which one's the up? This one's the up, isn't it? Let's just touch it, tweak it. Oops. Alright, there we go. That's the winner. That is nice. Let's have a quick look at speed, and I'm just going to right click it all and pre-compose it. And let's have a look, see what it would look like if we sped it up a bit. So time stretch. Let's go 100. Nope, sorry, let's go 80. Let's also quickly make sure we're working in 24 frames per second, because that was what we'll be exporting as. And let's see how that looks. What? Why are you previewing? Huh. What? Why are you previewing outside? This is just disrespectful. What was it? 116, I think. I mean, aside from the flash, that's a lot better, isn't it? I think that's a much better speed for it. There we go. That's quite a nice run cycle. Quite happy with that. We'll lose the black line when we bend the knee a bit. Maybe we can just go back to Photoshop and add a bit more paint to that. But there you go. I'm quite happy. Let's save that one off.